Do you ever wake up feeling like there's something missing? Like you want more from your life, but you just can't put your finger on what that more is, or even how to begin finding it? You're not alone. That feeling of wanting more but not knowing how to get it can be incredibly frustrating. For years, I felt that way too. Honestly, it seems like I felt that way for an entire lifetime, just not feeling like I belong, just wanting more from my life and just living in a space where no one else really wanted that. Maybe like one or two people, but never even a handful. I never felt like anyone could relate to why I would want more from my life than what was just offered to me or around me. And even sometimes people would feel offended that what I had wasn't enough. Was I grateful? Yes. Did I enjoy it? Did I feel blessed in the life that I was living? Absolutely. But there was still more out there for me. 2 years ago, I finally started to search for what that more could be. I searched for answers and I tried to fix many things. But the truth is, the environment that I was in itself was a part of the problem. What if the solution isn't for you to change, but for you to change your environment? What if moving abroad is the cure for your restless feeling? Today, I'm going to share how moving abroad can be the powerful solution to finding the more you have been craving by escaping the political, financial, and environmental stress that is America. I'm going to show you how unlocking a new environment can help you further your life's potential, destiny, and just fulfill your desires. You're going to hear me say this every time. You don't need to be rich to move abroad, but you do need to know how much it's going to take for you to feel comfortable moving abroad, or just how much in general it's going to cost, whether you are a solo person or a family. To do that, I created the Moving Abroad Toolkit. You can get it using the link in my bio, and it helps you by using the financial calculator to determine your number, how much it's going to cost you to move abroad, and also the interactive timeline generator, which helps to give you a plan on how to move abroad within 90 days, 6 months, and 12 months. I moved abroad in less than 12 months. It was something that was very easy for me. Did it require a lot of different tasks to complete? Absolutely. Okay. So once you get done with the toolkit, you're going to find yourself using the checklist, which is a solution for moving abroad. It answers every single type of question you can have. Any questions that you have will be right in your face for you to decide and determine how to solve this for your particular situation. That deep longing feeling for more peace, more time with your kids, more creativity, less worry. This is a valid desire, but often it feels out of reach. In America, you will often experience political drama and distraction, the constant news cycle, the division, the feeling that you're always surrounded by political noise that steals your mental energy and clarity. Are you tired of being on the financial treadmill, the skyrocketing cost of living, the pressures to keep up, and feeling like you're working harder just to stay in the same place or not to fall behind? This was something that was extremely overwhelming for me as a business owner, as someone who has been in the creative realm for over 10 years, who's been in the business realm for over 10 years, for someone who studied business. I was tired of feeling like all the high value skills that I had were not cutting it. They weren't adding up. My paychecks were not adding up, but I was still outpacing everyone else in my particular industry for my particular environment. Are you done hearing about environmental concerns? Are you worried about the food and water that you're consuming on a daily basis? This was lingering things that held me back at life. Are you worried about the quality of your surroundings and how it affects you and your family? For me, that was the biggest thing. I got tired of feeling as though I was settling to live in an environment that was not good for me and not good for my daughter. Okay. What I needed to do was give her a fighting chance at life. Food and water are number one. These are not just problems, these are stressors that subtly sabotage your peace and make it impossible for you to truly thrive. You want more, but these external forces are draining your energy on a daily basis, and you are not even aware or prioritizing these things to be on the list of what I should change. 2 years ago, I was in the exact same spot that you are. I was a business owner of 10 years, serial entrepreneur, if you will. I had multiple streams of income, still no happiness, and limited amount of relationships and friendships. Okay, I had narrowed down my bandwidth to family members. When I say that, I mean I could only tolerate my family members. Being a good friend was out of the question for me because I don't have time, and I honestly had little to no interest in building extra relationships because all around me, the only thing I saw was liabilities. And on top of all of this, I was just exhausted by American culture. My dreams were shrinking, and I realized my future depended on getting out. I decided I was no longer going to wait for things to get better. I signed my lease for the last time, and I decided I was going to spend the whole entire year researching exactly where I would go. Moving to Texas or Atlanta was no longer an option for me. I needed to get far away from all the things I'd known to start over. To some people, that would be scary. It was for me, but I just knew. Moreover than just knowing, I had a calling to do this. So I decided I was going to spend 12 months eliminating every single fear that I had about moving abroad so that way I could. Now that I'm here in a totally new country where I don't even speak the language, I have an extreme sense of clarity. I'm no longer confused about what I'm supposed to be doing to build my family legacy. I don't feel exhausted. I'm not overwhelmed. All of those problems that I named, I don't have those problems anymore. Didn't say I don't have problems, but I don't I don't have problems. I really don't have problems anymore. I realized that also in America there is an extreme addiction to suffering. There's always something to find a problem about. When I had an excess of clientele, I was too tired and I was just exhausted by all the clients I had, and I had to do this and I had to show up. That's not real. That is not real struggle. But we're in a constant state of struggle all the time. It just makes it hard to feel extreme gratitude. Let's talk about how a new environment changes everything. Less political stress. Okay, that is a big thing. Imagine waking up and not being consistently bombarded by the same intense political drama. The mental space this frees up is immense. You can focus on your life, you can focus on your family, you can focus on your peace. For me, thinking that I am leaving my family behind, now that I'm here, I don't have that worry anymore. Because to be honest, I have been telling my family about the writings on the walls for years, and I'm just that outlier that no one cares to listen to. If I'm being truthful, I have wanted my family to identify with the world as I knew it. And it's very scary to think that you have to leave all that you've ever known to start a new life. A lot of people don't want to do that. So, because I realized that everybody has their own ideas of freedom, my neighbors are having visitors, their own ideas of freedom, of happiness, of a sense of belonging, it made me release the deep desire to have them tagging along. Everybody has to live their own lives in the way that they see fit. Being in a new environment changes the way that I have financial freedom. I had no money saved whatsoever prior to deciding to move abroad, and upon that decision, I now have high yield savings funds. I have an IRA, I have life insurance. I have all of these saving funds now. All of it. I have so many things to fall back on that I don't even have those stresses anymore. And just getting out of that mindset is still a daily challenge of just feeling like you have to hustle and go and grind and get. That doesn't just turn off, but I do have blatant reminders of why I don't need to think that way anymore. And that truly does help. Being able to utilize geo arbitrage is huge. By earning a stronger currency and living in a country with a lower cost of living, your money stretches further. This isn't just about saving, it's about having less financial anxiety, more disposable income for experiences and adventure, and the freedom to work less if you choose. It's about building an empire in peace and not constant struggle. You will hear me say all the time, I no longer have that monkey on my back, the constant need to rush around and do things. You literally can't do that here. So it puts a new perspective in your mind on how you can have a higher quality of life. Environmental peace was a really big thing. For me, it was about finding a place where I didn't have to worry about poisoned food or water, where the air feels cleaner. I have access to nature. I can walk 8 minutes this way and be at a beach where there's no more than 10 people there. If that. On the weekdays, it's just me and my daughter a lot of the time. And that feels really good. Moving abroad for me was about getting in position to feel peace, to feel relaxation, so that way I can further my mission of creating a real legacy for my family. Something that generations before me did not have the opportunity to do. We're talking about a huge opportunity here. I want to explain to you how you can start finding your particular cure. It's not just a dream. This isn't for a select few. This is the path that is for people that are willing to take it. For those who are realize for those who are realizing that you can live any type of life you want, but nobody's going to just handpick you and say, get on this flight that I've paid for to a beautiful destination with fresh food and water and a beach 6 minutes away. Nobody's going to do that. You have to do it. So it's time for you to put your big girl panties on or underwear for grown men and decide that you are worth it. Your family's worth it. Your mind is worth it. The future of your generation is worth it. The first step is always the hardest. Just like I had to make a brave first move, you will have to do the same thing. You're going to have to be willing to find a new way. You're going to have to be willing to explore new options and be open to a totally new way of life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this life is like the last. Nothing about this life is like the life I used to live, but I'm open to finding similarities and differences, I'm brave enough to do that. And I believe you are too, especially if you're watching this. Breaking down this big move into smaller, manageable steps is what you're going to have to do. I spent over 12 months and countless hours of research determining what is the best way to move abroad with a child. Okay, I've done literally all the work for you. Link is in the bio. Okay, I don't think I need to explain that any further, but I just really want you to know if you're wanting more and you feel dragged down by America, you have options. All right. So I hope this was really helpful and you leave this video feeling deserving of more. You don't have to feel bad about it. You don't need anybody else to validate, give you permission, or understand. If you need one person, I understand, okay? But you don't need anybody's permission. Hope to see you on the other side.